Hi guys, it's time for another favorites video. It feels like just yesterday that I did one, but October has been a rough month for me. I have been sick twice and I had it pretty bad. I've never lost my voice completely, and yeah, that happened this month, so that was interesting. And yeah, also being sick, your plants do naturally just have to survive. I do water, but yeah, then you overwater, just, you know, stuff happens. But anyway, I've got a list of 10 plants, and I do have one that I want to mention. That's not necessarily a favorite, but it is a new plant in my collection, so I do want to mention that one. But yeah, that's what today's video is going to be. Hello everyone, welcome to my jungle story. I'm Jacqueline, and yeah, this last month has been a little bit of a roller coaster for me. I thought I was better, and then all of a sudden I lost my voice. I haven't been able to film for 2 weeks. I feel like I still don't sound 100%, but I do feel a lot better, a lot better. And I was in the mood today to do my favorites video because I've been doing a lot of filming today, and I completely lost sight that it is already it's a Halloween next week. What is going on? We don't celebrate Halloween, but when I see a lot of advertisements about Halloween, and also I work in a garden center, it just it was like a light bulb, oh, it's already the end of the month. We're already November. We're going to be the 1st of November is what, on this, is it on the Sunday or the Saturday or something like that? The clocks have just changed, which sucks. I hate it. I don't like it. I don't like it being so dark at pitch black already at 6 o'clock at night. I can't stand it. But anyway, I'm going to get into the list. These are in no order whatsoever, but I always end with my favorite. And, oh, my favorite is an interesting one. So yeah, these are in no order whatsoever. But I'm going to bring, this one is next to me, so I'm going to bring it over. I bought them all here because I needed to be a little bit more practical with my time for this video. But this one. So was it in the month of October? Or was it I think it was in September. I posted a short about, a POV, being a crazy plant parent and working in a garden center means that you do come home with a lot of plants, and these was one of the plants that I got, and this is the Philodendron Summer Glory. It is a very big one, as you can see. I did recently just pot it up this week, actually. I've been in love with it, but since potting it up, I've been even more in love with it. It's such a beautiful philodendron. I thought this was going to be a climber. There's a couple of plants in here. There's technically 3 in here, but I like it being nice and full. But it seems to be going up. I don't know, maybe we'll eventually climb, but it's already quite a big one and it's not giving me those signs. So if you know if the Summer Glory is a climber, let me know. It's not ideal, but I'm not going to give it a bigger pot for that reason. But it seems to be going up. It's giving me a new leaf here. And yeah, I did recently pot this one up. I don't see, it was quite root bound. Oh my word. Look at that. Look at those pinky roots. Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, I potted it up in the arrowed mix from Planspectrum, and honestly, my arroweds, they just absolutely love it. It does have a little baggie because I get McDowell vibes from this plant, and if there's anything that traumatized me about that plant, it's the spider mites. But it does look like a McDowell, but the back of the leaves, I've got a pinky tinge to them, and especially the newer leaves are really beautiful, summery, orange, pink color. It's so, you can see it in the new leaf there. It's so stunning. It's so stunning. So yeah, this one had to make the list. But again, there's there's actually 4. Yeah, there's 4. There's 4 plants in here, so it is quite a full one. The big plant here is obviously doing the best. Another thing is EFN, which I've only just noticed a couple of dots, and I've had this for definitely a month now because I wanted to get it to acclimate a little bit, because I was able to get a big one like this. This is the first leaf that it would give me in my care for €7.95 at my work. Like, it was a deal. It was like a 1-week deal because I haven't seen them on the site since. I haven't been able to order them. And I just thought a big one like this for that price, I'm going to give it a go. You know, I'm going to give it a go. And I have been absolutely loving it. It doesn't get EFN nearly as quickly as the other philodendrons that I've had. So yeah, I'm loving it so far. Ooh, another shoot is also giving me, you can see here. Here, there's another new leaf there as well. But I mean, just look how lush it is. And I've got it in my favorite pot. I've got this pot in several different sizes, but I absolutely love it. It's also the perfect pot for these, wait, it's a heavy pot, but for these like tower pots. It's got like a lip at the bottom here, and it just fits it perfectly. And then, yeah, I do have a baggie for the spider mites, just in case. They are preventative bugs. And I've been loving it, absolutely loving it. And then next up, I'll mix it up with another, oh. Yeah, there's definitely, I have been noticing, is not a lot, like nowhere compared to other philodendrons, but there is a little bit of EFN happening. But I've had this plant for more than a month and I haven't seen any EFN, so that's a very positive thing. Next up, I don't know, I think you guys probably would have seen this one maybe on my last walkthrough, but I found a diamond in the rough at work. So we got a Anthurium clarinervium batch in, and this is not a Anthurium clarinervium. It is a Anthurium clarinervium king. I don't know how to say it. I'll put the name on screen, but it's basically, you've got the queen and clarinervium, which is the more common one, the one that you see a lot more often. And then you have the king, which is this one. And the way you can tell the difference is actually the sinus. So with the clarinervium, the sinuses actually, like, they overlap, and whereas with the king, it doesn't. You can see there very clearly. So yeah, that's very exciting. That's like the first leaf. And I've got a new leaf on the way. I also recently uppotted this one because it was so root bound. And if it's anything like the clarinervium, it does make incredibly juicy roots. Like, you can see a root here. Look how juicy they are. It is definitely, like, reminds me of the clarinervium, but it was very root bound when I got it. And I also have preventative bugs on this one because when I had my clarinervium, one thing it did have when it was quite juvenile, like the size, it had thrips a lot. It was quite sensitive to that. So I just thought, you know, might as well work preventatively, if that's a word. And yeah, just have the good bugs on there. It's got 2 flowers here as well. I'm actually going to see. Can I? No, I think they're both in the same stage. No, it's too late. But anyway, I want this one to get bigger before I start doing any. I mean, I still have, I've got 2 on my clarinervium right now, but they're also not at the right stage. I need to just harvest pollen, but I just always forget and I always miss it. But that cute new baby leaf, it's so cute. Yeah, it's such a pretty one. It's also if I compare it to my one, it's there's like a lot more veins. The veining is just a lot more striking. And also, actually, my clarinervium feels a lot thicker. It's like a really thick leaf compared to this one. But yeah, I'm very happy that was a steal. That was a find. And every now and then I see some of these as well in the clarinervium batches that we get in. So yeah, they're definitely there. I think in the last batch that we had, there wasn't any. But in the batch where I got this one, there was a lot of them. And it was very, very noticeable. Like, you could see it straight away. I was like, that's not a clarinervium. And I did some research. And then eventually I found out what it was. But yeah, I had to make the list. I've had that one for definitely over a month now. And it's doing well. I kept it in its original pot for a while to get it to kind of adjust to my home. And then I started noticing that there were signs of it giving me a first leaf in my home. So I decided then, before it was going to develop anymore, that I was going to repot it. And that leaf is doing really, really well. So I'm glad I made that call because it was very root bound. Like, it was pushing itself out of the pot. That's how root bound it was. Next up, let's mix it up with something else. Oh, my hand still hurts. I've hurt it from some way. I don't know what I've done. Is this one. I don't think I've ever had this one on my favorites list. Or have I? I'm not sure. I've had this one for a while. This is my Hoya. Are you a bit dusty? Are you dusty? This one's very splashy, so I always get it confused. No, you could do with a little bit of a shower, just a little bit. But yeah, this is my Hoya erythrina, and I did my Hoya collection video this month, and it's just ever since then, I've just been in love with this plant. Its foliage is so stunning. It seems to be really kicking off now. It's rooting very nicely. It didn't have a very good root system, but it seems to really be working on its roots. It seems to be happy. And yeah, I mean, the foliage on this one is just so stunning. The like veining on the back as well. Like, look at that. And this big leaf here. This one here as well. This one's quite a new one. Look how big it is. And it's got like subtle splashiness to it. Oh, I love everything about this plant. It's also, if you look at it like from an angle, the veining in it is like really like sticks out. It's just, it's stunning. And actually, funny enough, this was a Hoya that I got because it was on sale, not because I actually wanted it. I did fall in love with the foliage. I was like, and I did actually fall in love because I was able to choose this one specifically. It was from Downtown Plant Club where they were doing, you could sign up and you get pictures, and the pictures are, of the plant that you're actually going to get. So I was able to choose this one, and I did fall in love with this specific specimen because it did have such like the veining is just absolutely beautiful. And it was so dark. I mean, it's so dark as well. So I fell in love with that specific one. So I did go ahead and get it, even though it wasn't one that I actually wanted, but I love it. I absolutely love it. I think it's so pretty. It's so stunning. And I recently, then again, maybe I'm getting confused with another Hoya. I swear that I saw a peduncle. Oh no, here it is. I thought that might have been a peduncle, but it's not. It's just a new tendril that's forming there. But it's so pretty. It's so, so pretty. And I just also love how low maintenance this one is. I also love like the combination of the dark veiny leaves with this pot. I just think it looks so pretty. So pretty. And it took a while to get started, but it's really kicked off. Like the last month, 2 months, it's really started kicking off. You can see there's like new leaves here, like everywhere. It's doing so well. I absolutely love it. I think it's such a pretty, pretty Hoya. It's so pretty. So pretty. Okay. I've made myself, and then again, Lexi's sleeping quite nicely actually. I'm going to show you her. You see her? He's a bully. Oh, sorry. Not allowed to say that word. Not allowed to say that word. Sugar. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. She's laid back down. She's laid back down. Yeah, okay. Next up, this one. And this one is a surprising one to me because this plant has been living in the back room for the whole of spring and the whole of summer. And honestly, it lived with spider mites. It lived. I mean, this is also a great pot. I'm going to take it out of the pot though because I've hurt my hand and the ceramic pots are really heavy. I'm just going to check because I also recently repotted this one. No, I don't see anything happening. I do see roots and they do look good, but no new root growth. But yeah, this is my Philodendron campii, and this one had no foliage at the beginning of October. No foliage whatsoever. And this one has always been quite a slow one for me, but I chopped off all of the foliage because it was so root bound in the back room there, and obviously it needed to come inside when the temperature started getting colder. So I had a look at the root system and it was root bound. It was incredibly root bound. So I chopped off all of the foliage because the foliage looked awful anyway, and it was dying off because I was struggling to keep, it was so root bound, I was struggling to keep on top of watering. And it looked awful anyway because of the spider mites, because like I said, this plant lives with spider mites. And this is quite a new leaf. But look at that. I mean, look at how stunning that is. This is an older leaf. but it didn't have any foliage at the beginning of this month. I do have 2 baggies on here. One is for, they're both preventative bugs. One is for thrips and one is for spider mites. And it's been doing really well. It's never grown this fast since I introduced these beneficial bugs, because I think they just really help the plant. And obviously, you know, you're working with nature. You're in essence like helping the plant in a way. So I cannot get over that foliage. It's just, this plant is what screams jungle vibes to me. I just absolutely love it. I was thinking about potting with this plant, but I'm so glad I haven't. Because I remember this was a plant that I did one of my first repots with you guys on my YouTube channel, and it grew a lot. But because it lived with spider mites, I just kind of had enough. So I put it in the back room, and it just kind of sussed itself out, and it started growing like crazy. But because it was growing so fast, again, the root bound watering, it was just like an endless cycle. So I'm glad that I decided to keep it and start it from scratch. It looks so much better now. It doesn't like live with spider mite damage, because that's what I was used to with this plant. This plant does also get EFN. You can see there's quite like a big blob at the base of the stem there. I don't know if you can see it. But I mean, look at that foliage. It's so stunning. It's so stunning. And it's been a really fast grower. And before, it was always a slow grower for me. So yeah, I gave it a nice big pot. It seems to be very, very happy with that, because the fact that it had no foliage 4 weeks ago is already a new leaf on the way. And this leaf hasn't even hardened off yet. I just can't get over that. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. I just love it. I'm so glad I decided to keep it. And yeah, I do really love it in this pot as well. All pots from my work. And actually all from the same series. They're from if you're in Europe, look for Gina Da. That series. Love their pots. Love their pots. I'm going to, I got a fright, it was Lexi. Okay, next up. Let's do another Hoya. I'm surprised that this one has not been on my favorites list before. But it was struggling for a while. It was struggling for the erythrina is actually in the exact same. Yeah, I've got honestly every single size of this. I don't have the big ones because they are expensive. But I love these pots. They're so stinking cute. So my Hoya polyneura, outer variegated. Like I said, I'm surprised that this has not been on my favorites list before, but it did struggle for quite a while with spider mites. And I have had that issue before in the past I've got my regular, you can see part of it here, my regular polyneura. Also, I have beneficial bugs on there to help it against spider mites. And ever since I hung that little baggie on here, it started growing for me again. It's got peduncles everywhere. They've not done anything yet. It forms a lot of peduncles, but they've not done anything yet. But it's kicking into action again, which I'm happy about. It's just, I think maybe it might have been struggling with like the beginnings of spider mites. But anyway, the outer variegated polyneura has just been kicking off. I have had to cut, unfortunately, here because it was giving me all white leaves. So I cut it where I could still see some green in the stem. Hopefully it bounces back. But I've got, is it 3 or 4? I think it's 3. Was it 4? I'm not sure. Yeah, the polyneura like shoots off in all directions. That's one thing I do really love about the polyneura. But it's just, look at those little leaves. Oh, I just love it. I just absolutely love it. It's so pretty. I really want the inner variegated one. But it's still really expensive, which I don't get because it makes me think, is the inner variegated as difficult as the Hoya Bella inner variegated? Because I lost my one. It died. It just didn't do very well. So maybe the inner variegated ones, and actually, now that I say it, my latifolia pot of gold, which is the inner variegated one, is also a bit of a finicky one. So it makes me think that the inner variegated Hoya, that they are just maybe a little bit more, difficult. But I love this one. It's just been growing so nicely. I bought this as a 2-leaf cutting. It had no roots, it was just a cutting. And it's still got the 2 original leaves at the bottom here. and it's just doing so well. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it because of the algae. That's why I've put it in a pot now. But I have taken it out of that cabinet because I started noticing that I like the polyneura for like its dark leaves, and it was starting to look a little bit bleached, and I can see now it looks so much better. But you can see I cut away all the other foliage, but that leaf still has some damage from the spider mites, as you can see. So yeah, but I've been loving this one. It's so cute. It's so cute. I love it. Love it. I've been loving, I've got 3 Hoya. Yeah, I've got 3 Hoya on this list. I've got 3 Hoya, 2 Philodendron, 3 Anthurium, and 1 Alocasia. It's been a while since I've had an Alocasia on my favorites list. Okay, next up, we're going to do an Anthurium. This one, this was a wish list Anthurium, and you guys have also followed the journey on this one with most of my plants. Honestly, I bring you guys along on everything. This I unboxed with you, repotted it, and it's doing so well. So this is my Anthurium Dark Phoenix. Look at that leaf. Oh, it's just so stunning. It's not dropped any of its leaves. I can see there's a bump there. Oh my word, are you going to give me another leaf? Yeah, this is fully hardened off now. Fully hardened off. But it does have a little bit of a kink, but that's because it was leaning up against another pot. So yeah, otherwise that would be a perfect leaf. But to me, that is perfect. It's stunning. It's so dark and beautiful. And again, I repotted this with you guys. Look at those roots. It didn't have an amazing root system. I mean, it was a mini plant, and I did put it in quite a big pot. And I can also see in the pot there, look at that aerial root. It's going to make its way into the pot. I know a lot of people with Anthuriums put moss at the top. I don't do that because I have quite a humid home anyway. I've switched it off now, but this humidifier runs, what does it say now? It says 62%, but I had to switch it off. When I switched it off, it was at 70%. This one is living in my cabinet though. So the ones that are living in my cabinet, I definitely don't do moss, but even the ones that I've got my Anthurium shelf up there, I don't put moss there. I just noticed there's an Anthurium giving me a new leaf again. Yeah, honestly, my Anthuriums thrive and I don't do that moss thing. I just really struggle with keeping the moss hydrated. And the tip that people say that when the moss is dried out, you need to water the pot. When I tried that was never the case. The pot was still always moist, but the moss had dried out. So I could never find a good balance. I could never find a good medium without like causing root rot issues, or it was a lot of hassle. It was a lot of hassle and I just didn't feel like it. And if my plants are thriving without having to do that extra step, why do it? You know what I mean? Why do it? So I don't do that, and they thrive. They're doing great. They're doing really, really great. I love it. I absolutely love this Anthurium. Yeah. Wish list, big time. I'm so glad I've got it. So glad. It's just so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And it's doing really well in my cabinet. Really well. You can actually see here. This is a good example here of these pots. Do you see that root there? So that was making its way out. You know, like how... No, it was making its way. It was starting to go like around. Yeah, and these are anti-spiral pots. And you know, like with a lot of like the regular pots, like I've got... just like the normal, like round pots, they will start spiraling on the outside of the pot instead of utilizing the whole pot, and eventually get to a point where you think your plant is root bound when it actually is not. Your roots are just spiraling. So this is an anti-spiral pot, and that root there is a good example that it was starting to spiral, but because of this kink here, these kinks in here, these anti-spiral pots, it's going back into the pot. So it's going to make use of the whole pot, not just, you know, the outside. I don't know if that makes any sense of what I just said, if I explained it right at all, but that's like the principle of the anti-spiral pots, and I love them. I absolutely love them. It just means that it's also going to be able to stay in here a lot longer. And I have heard people say that they struggle with the watering aspect of these. Honestly, with my Anthurium, I just wait until they dry. And then I shower them, like I drench them until I see that all the medium is like saturated. But also because there is also tree fern fiber in the arrowroot mix that I use. The tree fern fiber helps the moisture spread out. Like I've noticed that once I've started using an arrowroot mix with tree fern fiber, like the water evenly spreads out when you water. It's not just like, when I was using a chunky mix before, I noticed it was just like on one side of the pot. It wasn't on the other side. It wasn't like, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't spreading out nicely. And with this arrowed mix, this is the arrowed mix from Plant Scraper, by the way. I have the Philodendron and all of the Anthurium that I'm going to show you. Yeah. They are all in the arrowed mix from Plant Scraper. The Hoyas are in the Hoya mix from Botanica, and you know, they love that one. But yeah, the arrowed, I just find that with the tree fern farmer, it just, you know what I mean? Like, does that make sense? I don't know if I'm making any sense. But yeah, they do love it. And then this one, I've just been in love with this one. Absolutely in love with this one. Just look at it. Just look at it. This is my Hoya species Sabah, and yeah, this plant has, probably about maybe a month and a half ago to 2 months, almost 2 months, I put this plant on on my north facing window. It started kicking off. Before I had it on the south facing window, burning started to happen. This is a thinner leaf Hoya. Then I had it underneath a SANSI grow light. It seemed to be happy. It was giving me new growth, but it wasn't growing very fast. And I honestly was just doing some rearranging, and I thought I would try it, not because I wanted to change things up, but I just wanted to try something different. I love experimenting with my plants. I put it on the north facing window, and it started it started kicking off, and it just loves it. It is also, I recently watered this. It didn't have an amazing root system, I do have to say, but you can still see roots in there. And I'm actually very happy to say that this one doesn't have root mealies anymore. I'm very happy to say that because I have been struggling with my Hoyas. But I've just been using good bugs, and it seems to be doing the trick. You just have to have some patience. But I mean, you would, if you saw my Hoya collection video, you saw me fawning over this one. Like, it's just stunning. That leaf is just beautiful. It's just stunning. And the back of the leaves as well. Like that veining, you can see it on this one even better. Look how beautiful that is. These are also 2 new leaves. It's just beautiful. And this has become such an easy Hoya. And I said in my Hoya collection video that the one thing that I changed up was the Hoya mix from Botanica. That has been a game changer for my thinner leaf Hoyas. They just, yeah, it's changed the game for me. It's made it so much easier to keep them. I keep them happy. It's just, yeah, it's really done the world of good. And ever since I also, again, I bring you along the journey with all of my plants. I repotted this one with you. I think the Summer Glory and the Campii, they were 2 plants that I did not pot up with you guys. I have, with the Campii, done previous repots. I think the first ever repot. But yeah, that was just a case of having to bring plants in. The Summer Glory was a case of I didn't realize how root bound it was. It was drying out very quickly and I couldn't figure out why. I mean, stupid me. And then what did I do? Oh yeah, I dropped the plant. And it came out of its pot like it was root bound. It was incredibly root bound. So just there in the moment, I just took care of it. But yeah, we repotted this one together. This one was a funny situation. It was upside down in the pot. It was trying to shoot from nodes, but it couldn't. So I kind of helped it out, and it's just been, yeah, it's been such an easy one for me. If you're struggling with thin leaf Hoyas, honestly, try the mix from Botanica, the Hoya mix. It's made my life so much easier. I've got new growth here. It's just, yeah, that big leaf, like I mean, are you kidding me? It's huge. These are still inflating. These are still very, very soft. But it's so pretty. It's so pretty. So pretty. I love that one. Stunning. Let's do another Anthurium. I've featured this one in a previous favorites video, not the last one, but I have featured this one. So this is the Anthurium Dark Desire. I will put on screen of what like the parents are. It is a hybrid, but I was gifted this one from Captain Aroid. He was moving greenhouse and I went to go and help him. I didn't even realize that he was from Belgium, let alone my area. So yeah, he gifted me this one. Thank you for helping with the move. But it was a lot of fun to like see all of his plants, see all the seedlings. Yeah, I did put this one in quite a big pot, and it did take a while. I did lose one leaf. One leaf was full of these spots. I don't know what that is. That might be fungal. But it has just recently given me this leaf, and it's stunning. It's absolutely stunning. It's so dark. It's so pretty. And when this one came out as well, it was like so red. I can see a bump that's already bumping there. It is unfortunately, yeah, this was because it was leaning up against another plant, and I've had a lot of Anthuriums giving me new leaves lately. It's been kind of difficult trying to like maneuver them and be careful that you're not like leaning up against something else to, you know, that they don't get damaged. So unfortunately I do have some damaging here, but nonetheless, it's still like, oh, it's so pretty. I mean, I know what some of you will probably say, this one looks similar to the Dark Phoenix, but you have to be like a little bit of an Anthurium appreciator. And I feel like on camera, you can't see it, but I do see differences. Like I do. Like if you hold them up next to each other, don't focus on me. I do see differences, you know, I do. I can appreciate each and every single one. And just the fact that, you know, he chose this one as well because I was so honored that he wanted to gift me a plant in the first place. I wasn't expecting that. I was just honestly excited to see all of his plants. And the fact that he wanted to give this one to me, and this is, you know, a hybrid that he created, that was such an honor. So he did choose this one for me. I can appreciate it. I can appreciate it. So it had to make the list. It's so pretty. So pretty. And honestly, I put it in quite a big pot. I thought it was going to take a while to adjust, but that has not been the case. And again, it's in the aroid mix. I've got it in one of these pots with all of the aeration and everything, but I just think it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Stunning. Oh, and that like velvety. Can you see the sheen? Do you see the sheen? It's so pretty. It like looks like a pillow. Just want to nuzzle up in there. It's so pretty. So that is the last Anthurium. And then the last two, which is, that actually works out. The third last was my third favorite genus, Anthurium. Now I'm going to show you Hoya, which is my second favorite genus. And then I'm going to end with an Alocasia. Okay, I'm not going to be able to physically bring this one over, but you guys saw this one recently in my Hoya collection video. So I think I will pop in that footage because that was literally a couple of days ago that I filmed that. So my Hoya linearis. I have gone on a journey with this plant. I cannot believe that this used to be a Hoya that I used to be so against. I was just not a fan of. I didn't understand until I physically saw one in person. It was also a rescue and it was also about to flower. So that makes it even more special, you know? And to me, what sold me was definitely the fact that it was a rescue. It was like a challenge to me. I love rescuing plants. But when I felt this plant, it is so soft and fuzzy. It just like the endorphins that are released when you touch this plant, it's just like, it's undescribable. I just love it. It's so different to any other Hoya out there. It's just a must have. If you are against linearis and you don't get the hype, honestly, I would suggest like trying to find one, because it was only when I saw one physically that I fell in love with it. But it's so pretty. And also the smell, I mean, the blooms are stunning. They're so simple, but they're so, Is it obvious how much I love this plant? I just think it's so pretty. And also the smell of the linearis, it just smells so good. It smells so good. And it is such a fast grower. It's so easy to propagate. It's definitely, watering wise, it's definitely a little bit more finicky. I do have to water it a lot more frequently than I do with my other Hoyas. But you know, it's like a learning curve. You know, you learn, you get to know your Hoyas. And I think I have that one in the Anthurium and Orchid mix from Store Ninja. It would probably also really benefit from the Subotanica mix, especially considering it likes to be watered a lot more frequently. So maybe in the future, like if I ever do have to, it is already in quite a big pot. I mean, it was already quite a big plant, had quite a lot of roots. It also had root mealies. So yeah, this was like a full-on rescue mission. It looked so beaten up, it was full of root mealies. So yeah, it was quite a big rescue mission. So it makes it that much more special. So yeah, I'm looking at it now. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. I love it. I really do. I was actually thinking about putting that plant somewhere else because I thought the foliage didn't look as vibrant. Like, I'm noticing I'm starting to lose my voice again. No, it's just because I've been talking a lot today, I think. Just now I'll drink some honey and lemon with warm water. But yeah, it just looked a little bit dull. But now that we're like in the thick of autumn and like heading into winter, I think I'm just going to leave it. It's also flowering, so it's obviously happy, and it's also growing really nicely. So yeah, I'm just going to leave it. It's just so pretty. I love it. It's so unique and different to any of my other Hoyas that I have. And then last up, I'm going to finish up with an Alocasia. I'm so happy that I finally have an Alocasia in my favorites list again. So I have been on a journey with the Alocasia heterophylla. And this is actually the heterophylla that Svetlana gifted me last year. It was a corm. It was already sprouting and it did already have roots. But you'd think, 1 year, it's been almost a year, you'd think that this plant would be a lot bigger. Yeah, I've been on a journey with this plant. I really have. It was almost a goner. It also almost completely rotted away. I can't seem to suss this plant out. And then I recently put it in one of these, you can see here, I put it in one of those domes. So it was in like 100% humidity. I put it in strata, which I had done before, but it was a different system. It was in a jar. And I've been doing this a lot more where I put it in a pot with drainage at the bottom. I give it a little, I've still got the original tag as well that she made. I love it. I put it in like a tray system and I just fill it up. I usually fill it up to around about here. And I mean, this one is a thirsty one. It's a thirsty one. It gave me this leaf in the dome. So yeah, that is a perfect leaf. It's huge. I have recently taken it out of the dome because it was getting too big. And you could see here, it's kind of like a little bit deformed at the bottom here because it was leaning up against there. This leaf, it's not fully inflated yet. I did expect it to be a little bit smaller than the previous one because I did take it out of a 100% humidity environment. I now keep it in this cabinet here. This is my Alocasia cabinet. I keep it at the bottom. So it's not getting as much light, but it's amongst other plants. So it's still getting quite high humidity. Nothing compared to obviously having it in, one of those domes. And it does also have roots at the top. You can see there. They've not died. But I don't know, the system seems to work with me with a pot stratum and this like tray system. It seems to work a lot better than if I were to have it in a jar. That's what I had it in before. And I had root rot issues. But I'm so happy. It's happy and it's doing well. Like this was a wish list Alocasia. And I definitely was I actually rescued recently heterophyllas. They all died. So it obviously seems to be one that I struggle with in my home and my environment. It's just a little bit more finicky. I do also see remnants of spider mite damage there, but there's no spider mites anymore. But yeah, I don't want to touch it like too much, but it's so pretty. I mean, it's stunning Alocasia. I like the silveriness and the shape of the leaves. Oh, it's so pretty. So pretty. So yeah, I'm really, really excited about this one. That is finally, happy. And it's like, it's happy. It's happy. It's got a lot of roots as well. And if you can see in there because of the algae. But yeah, a lot of roots. Roots popping out the bottom as well. I need to fill it up with water again. Like I was honestly, it's a very thirsty one. Very thirsty. But it is obviously in a very small pot. So I'm kind of like, well, maybe I should repot it. But I don't know what to do. Tell me what to do, okay? Tell me how, if you have a heterophylla, how do you take care of this plant, okay? Please tell me in the comments, like help me out because I've been struggling with this plant for a year. Okay? I need help. And I love it so much, I'm not going to give up on it. If this one dies on me, I'm very proud I was able to keep it alive after everything that I've been through with this plant. Very, very proud of myself that I'm able to keep it alive. And it's still the same one that Svetlana gave me. Like I tried to rescue several heterophyllas from work, and they've all died. It's actually been a while since we've had heterophyllas in mixed trades, so that also tells me something, that it's not the easiest one. But just please, like if you grow this one, just give me tips, put it in the comments, like tell me what I'm doing wrong. I mean, now it seems to be happy, so I'm doing obviously something right, but how do you take care of the heterophylla? Please tell me. Please tell me. But yeah, that one is my favorite out of the top 10 favorite. And then I do need to leave to pick up my daughter, but I want to mention one. I literally brought this home like last week, so I'm not going to touch it too much. So this is I don't know what, okay, escalator is in the way. Oh, look at how big these leaves are. This is some type of maculata hybrid. There's a new leaf here as well. That's why I don't want to touch it too much. There's a new leaf here as well. Oh my word. Yeah, this just came in at work. I have never seen such a big maculata. It is obviously some type of hybrid. I have no idea which one, but I just fell in love with the leaves. I've always admired the maculata. I really have. I've always wanted to grow one nicely, but it always goes downhill for me. So right now I have put it here. It's right next to the humidifier. It's getting the perfect conditions, no drafts. It's getting grow lights from all angles. Yeah, I'm hoping to keep it happy. If this one dies on me, then it truly is a sign that just begonias are not happy in my home, because if I'm giving it optimum conditions and it's still not happy, then it's over. I just check the pot every now and then, but yeah, it seems to be fine. It's still moist, but yeah, it's living here in the corner. But I had to mention this one. Not technically like on the list, but I just wanted to mention it. It's just an honorable mention. It's just so pretty. Those big leaves are stunning. The only begonia that I have in my collection at the moment. And it'll be the only one, but I'm hoping to keep it alive. I'm hoping to keep it happy. So yeah, those are my favorites of October. I feel like it's really like a different variety this time. I really do. It's like a I don't know. Got quite a variety here of plants that I feel like I've been overlooking the last couple of months, but they've just really been standing out to me, you know? And that's what I love doing that's why I love doing these favorites videos. And I know that some people might see it as a lot of like repetitive, but it's always different plants. It's always highlighting, like this one, I've had this one for, you know, like over a year, and it's like made a comeback, and it's just, you know, it's just so much fun to see them growing, to see how they develop in my collection and how they, you know, adapt into different environments, because I'm constantly rearranging. But that's just something that they're going to have to live with, because I can't have plants and not rearrange all the time. That's just not in me. That's like a fun part. I love doing that. So that's always going to be a part of it. But yeah, the heterophylla is definitely my favorite of this last month. It's just been doing so well. It's just, yeah, keep your fingers crossed for me. Leave in the comments any tips, please, on the heterophylla. It seems to be happy now, but it's still in stratum. And I know that I'm not going to be able to keep it in stratum, because the stratum will eventually turn to mush. It'll become very dense and very susceptible to root rot. So please, I'm looking at the clock. I really need to leave. Please just give me tips in the comments. Let me know what your favorite is out of my 10 favorites of this month. I would love to hear that as well. I usually don't ask that, but I would love to hear that. Everyone's got different, you know, different views, and everyone sees plants in a different light. That's why I also love reading your comments and getting feedback from you guys. So, you know, so yeah, let me know in the comments. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, subscribe to my channel. Come along with me on the journey with all of these houseplants. If you watch this video all the way to the end, leave a, what comes to mind? Lexi gave me a heart attack. Yeah, it's a very irritating motorbike that just passed by. Leave the double hand with like the, you know, like hallelujah. Leave that emoji in the comments. I don't know why I chose that. Maybe just hallelujah, because this one's finally doing something. I need to stop talking, Jacqueline. yeah, leave that emoji in the comments. Lets me know you watched all the way to the end. And if you did, thank you so much. I really, really do appreciate it. Let's carry on the conversation in the comments. And click the notification bell if you want to get notified every single time I post a video. Give this video a hype if you enjoyed it, if you liked it. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.